Hi guys, welcome back to IWCF level 3 and level 4 well control again. In this very clip, I'd like to address the very fundamental thing that we all do in drilling, which is taking SCR. Let's get right into it. So we all take SCR for surface stack drilling, and subsea drilling is referred as choke line friction loss. Let's get to the root. What is SCR? Slow circulating rate. We all know that's the rate that we use to kill the well, to circulate the kick and kill the well. But that's the function of it. That's not the definition of it. Definition of SCR, slow circulating rate, is the friction back pressure imposed into the well caused by the full open choke when you circulate through the full open choke. So by this definition, the correct way of taking the SCR is shutting the well in, close the BOP, pump down the drill string, take the return up through full open choke, and you read the drill pipe pressure gauge at the choke control panel, right? Not on your driller console doghouse panel, at the choke control panel and on the drill pipe pressure gauge, all right? And remember, you shut the well in, all right? Take the return through full open choke. But in reality, on surface wells, surface BOP, you don't do that. You just open the well, open the BOP, you pump down reel string, and you take the return up through the open BOP back to the flow line. How can you do it? And you read, of course, you used to read the drill pipe pressure gauge at the choke control panel. The reason you can do it because on surface stack, the choke line is short. Therefore, the friction back pressure from the choke is negligible. You can omit it. And number two, in most of the surface well, as long as non-HBHT, you have very wide drilling margin between the pore pressure and the fracture gradient. So therefore, you don't care much about, this friction loss may break your shoe or not. All right. But however, also some surface wells, surface BOPs, when you drill HPHT wells with very narrow, sometimes 100 psi between the pore pressure and fracture gradient at the shoe, all right, then this friction back pressure caused by the choke is considerable, right? You must account for it. And therefore, the correct way to take it is shut the well in with the BOP, full open the choke, take the return back through the choke, and read the drill pipe pressure gauge at the choke control panel. That's the accurate SCR you use. And then for the guys with subsea BOP with the long choke line, small ID of the choke, then the friction back pressure is considerable, all right? And that's why we measure choke line friction loss, all right? In some cases, you may even end up having the choke line friction loss higher than your initial shutting casing pressure. How are you going to deal with it? You're going to reduce your kill rate, right? All right. So now let's just answer two basic questions. Why do we kill the well at SCR slow circulating rate? Number one, we will minimize the excess of annulus pressure, as we just mentioned before. Number two, we will have more control. We will allow for more control over the choke adjustment. And number three, we have more time to weigh up the mud, degassing the mud, and disposing the influx. And number four, we will reduce the risk of eroding the choke. And last but not least is reduce the risk of over-pressurizing the system if plug-in might occur. And how often do we take SCR? Practically, we try to do it at the beginning of every shift, every tower. At any time the mud properties are changed. When we change the bit nozzle, BHA configuration change after we repair mud pumps. And at least every 500 feet of new hole is being made. Now, one challenge is if you are drilling with very low ROP, 4 meters an hour, so then within one shift, you barely make 500 feet. So you take SCR at the beginning of your shift, and 10 hours later into drilling, you have a kick. So is that SCR still applicable? Is it still accurate? Now, in case you don't have accurate SCR, how are you going to work out the initial circulating pressure and final circulating pressure? We're going to answer those challenges in the very next video clip. I hope you enjoyed the content and the information. There's some good for you. See you soon in the next clip. Cheers.